Hello, welcome to Quinn Broadcasting and Coach's Corner. I'm Tony Trongone, your host, with our head coach of the Thunderbolt football team, Humberto Ayala. Head coach, how are you doing?
Good, how you doing?
Welcome back to the new year.
I know, I can't believe it's here already.
I know. But I don't think you ever stopped.
No, football's 12-month out of the year, job, so.
And then we have another guest. We have our defensive coordinator, Coach Core. How we doing, Coach?
Good. Excited for another season. Ready to get back after it.
So I just had the two of you. We have a couple guests with us, a couple players with us, but I wanted to have the two of you talk about last year, Coach Ayala, about from the beginning of the year and how the team, I call it, congealed and comes together, and we won a state championship. We never really had a show to celebrate that, and we'll talk about that. So. There you go.
It was a great accomplishment. We fought all year. It wasn't easy by any means. We put ourselves in some tough moments, especially fumbling on the 25 in a state game to end it out. But through all those adverse moments, our guys understood what it took to finish and win. And Coach Coral will talk to you too about his mindset in that moment too. And not once did he. Drop his head, nor did the players drop their head. They just got back out on the field and they finished it out for us. With the ending that it was, man, it was amazing. It was a great chapter, and you couldn't have asked for a better way to finish out that year, and celebrate in that fashion. So, but the past is the past, and
it's time to turn the page,
yes,
right?
Yep.
But I want to go back and open up that book and talk about, like, the beginning of the year you had some good wins, and then and the team was rolling, but then you had that Lenape game. And,
yeah.
And I look at that as a pivotal moment for the team.
We had Irvington too. We had some mishaps in that game. Came to Lenape, we were up 17-0, let a 17-0 lead go, and it was just mental errors. Even in the end of that game, we had the ability to win, and we have a bad snap or a missed snap in that moment, which we're on the 25, I think it was. I'm 100% believe we were going to score there, but mishap, they got us, but we didn't allow that one moment to define us, because that's who we are in nature. That's what our team was built on. We allowed that moment to be a teachable lesson, and used it to drive us throughout the rest of the season.
Yeah, I was watching a special with Bill Belichick and Nick Saban, and they talked about teams that are perfect, but yet the loss sometimes propels your team to greater heights because of what you said, the learning lesson. So.
Well, if you look at the first game, we come out, we don't have the best preseason last year to start the year. We had a good first preseason game. The second one was rough, and then we go out into the first game and put up 40-something points. I think we're kind of feeling ourselves a little bit. Everybody, coaches, players, this is where we were last year, and then we go into Irvington, and it was a short turnaround week, but no excuses. We just didn't perform to our capabilities. Players that always make plays weren't making plays. Bad punt. We're up 10. Bad punt right on the 1 yard line. What you don't want to go wrong went wrong. But I think that's what helped us, to be honest, because we saw a lot of football moments that you needed to see to propel you through the championship, those playoff games that got us to that state title.
And also putting Brooks in different formations. I think from Irvington, you kind of changed up after Irvington to put them all over the field. There,
oh,
right?
yeah. I didn't move them enough, and they looked like they had the game plan for us. And sure, they can go ahead and say that, but at the end of the day, it was me. I had to do a better job putting him in better positions. And I remember coming out of the game and telling Coach Core, I will never do that again. So we learned our lessons, and you'll see what we do this year.
They had two D1 defensive backs still on that team. So those guys could cover, though.
Oh, yeah, listen, they got talent. They got talent, but by no means did I think that they out-schemed us as much as that we didn't do the best job to, put our guys in the best position.
So Coach Core, defensively, how the season progressed for you in regard to what you expected from the team?
I mean, it came together for us. Obviously, in our playoff run, we put it together, and really, we joke around about talking about not giving up second half points and kind of really locking in as you get through the game. Defensively, really, offensively, you're going to have 100 plays, you're going to run a million things, you're going to put everything on the wall and kind of see what sticks. Defensively, we just had to really iron in on what we had early in the season. Like Coach said. And we talked about it, learning from your mistakes. We drew up a good game plan. We knew like Coach said about Irvington, they were kind of prepared for what we were going to do, but we were prepared for what they were going to do. And unfortunately, sometimes playmakers make plays, and their playmakers on that day were a little better than us. And that's just the tip of the hat. You keep it going and you push forward. But it was really an eye opener for our kids. Like Coach said, we're riding our high horse. We're Millville. We're rolling. We're coming off a sectional championship the year before, and we're kind of keeping it going. We play a tough schedule. We're battle tested week in and week out, and you could tell that. What happened last year on the end of the run.
Yeah, how much does the tough schedule? I mean, I think we know the answer, but the resiliency that's built into. I'll go to the championship game. Our kids weren't rattled.
No, because I mean we've played some of the best teams in the state and we're in great positions to know how to feel. But like this is what we've been doing for the last 7 years. I mean, like we've been playing good competition. Like going up and playing St. Peter's 2 years in a row, scrimmaging Don Bosco's of the world. Going down to Delaware last year to scrimmage a team that was a state champ down there. So we don't it's the way we are. We're not afraid of playing the best. So because we have that mindset, our young men just know what it takes and they don't fear any moment.
And then Jacob Zama had a great game. It was at the playoff game. We were behind the whole game, right? He had
Which
a nice
one?
run. The game
Hamilton?
Yeah, with the nice run.
Yeah, I mean, the conditions stunk. I mean, you're on grass. The water drained to the numbers, so you couldn't really get outside and get the edge. Ball was wet. So, I mean, but, he's a gamer, just like the rest of our other guys. They had ice in their veins. And in that moment, most players and most teams would just rattle. I mean, 4th and 5, games on the line. It's like, in a basketball game, come off the screen, can you hit that last second shot like Jordan did in the days? And, I mean, that's what it was. It was 4th and 5. He made the throw with a D end right there. Like, it could have been an inch further left, and the ball's getting tipped, and that's the game. That's why they were celebrating on the sideline.
Also, that kickoff return where they took it to the 5-yard line.
Mainland, yep.
That was the mainland game. Another pivotal moment where our defense really, stepped up.
I got to jump in and say something. I don't want to make sure we skip one of the most important points because he's in the house tonight. Our special teams play. That's why he's a senior. That's why he's a captain. That's why he's part of the the leader of this defense and the leader of the team. Sear Cornish. You'll get to meet him in a few minutes.
Yeah, to continue to run and chase that down.
Yeah, I think
was
we
amazing,
showed that last year. I have that on tape. Yeah.
Yep. It's an effort. It's an attitude. We talk about it on defense. It's instilled into all our kids. But effort, attitude, tenacity. We eat every day. They're sleeping. We're eating. We got to keep working.
It's the Thunderbolt way. That's what we do. We play hard-nosed football.
So that championship game, it was a tightly contested game, and we were moving the ball. But it seemed like they were taking advantage of getting their guys in space, like taking guys out of the backfield.
Who's that? Is that Mainland?
No, it was a championship game.
Northern Highlands, okay.
And they were taking guys out of the backfield and then having a linebacker cover. And
they put us. Listen,
like a wheel, like I don't know, if it was
couple wheel routes,
a
couple wheels, couple things up the sidelines, a couple. Honestly, and again, Coach talked about it. We talk about miscues. Coaches when things go wrong, which is gonna happen, he's gonna be on my tail about it. And when he gets on my tail about it, there's certain things of knowing your job. We talk about it, knowing your job, knowing your assignment. Certain people were out of position, again, trying to make you play. We talk about doing your 111. Everybody do their job, right? Everybody's got a job to do. The person that got put in the blender kind of wasn't his fault. He's just trying to cover up for one of his brothers, and gets kind of caught up in the mix, and it looks bad, and it plays bad. So Coach talked about it in the opening. We're talking about we are our biggest enemy. Again, nothing against what we do. We're opening up with a tough team this year, right? The Battle of the Beach, and so on with our rematch again back with Irvington, but we are our biggest enemy. If we can take care of our business and do our job, we believe as a coaching staff across the board, the sky's the limit for these kids.
Great attitude. Let's talk about some awards you had last year, because some people think it's not cool to do this, but there comes a point where you have to celebrate. I know we're going to turn the page, but Coach Corey, you were a Defensive Coach of the Year.
Yep. Yeah, as assistant of the year for the Group 4. And again, it's got nothing to do with me. I said it on the field after the game when Freeman caught me coming off the field. Said he wanted to interview. I said he needs to interview the kids. It's got nothing to do with me, right? The kids buy into what I'm selling, and I'm blessed to be in that situation. Coach put me in that situation, and I'm blessed for these kids to really, buy what I'm selling. I'm putting it out there. There's easily times where you have issues that people don't want to buy in, but our kids are bought into what we are and who we are, and really, I don't need anybody to convince me to play defense or to coach defense. It's something I love. It's my passion. It's just really trying to get this kid, a high school kid, to make that switch from, all right, maybe I'm not the guy on offense. Maybe I'm not scoring the touchdowns. I'm getting all the girls and all the love and having a great time. But there's a lot of love to be made on the defensive side of the ball, and we're gonna go out there all year, just like last year throughout the playoffs, and keep it right on rolling. Plan is to keep it going. Also,
and then as far as the team ranking, where did we wind up last year?
I think we're in public schools. We're number 2. Toms River is number 1. I think right now with the rankings in the state, we're number 5 in the state out of all schools in the state of New Jersey. We're up there. And am I right? Right? Is it number 5? Right? Yeah, right. So it's number 5 in the state. So it's great. They're rankings, to be honest. You want to be the best. At the end of the day, we want to play football, and no matter what those rankings say you're 5, you could say you're 2, you better go out on that field in that gridiron and show it every day. So that means nothing. It's great to have and great to acknowledge, but at the end of the day, we're just going to play football. So.
And who did we lose for seniors?
You lost Kean German, Solomon Massey Kent. You lost
Edison Andino. You had Dante Smith,
Thomas Smith.
Thomas Smith, a couple others that were out there for us, day in and day out. It's always hard to replace them, but we've been doing a good job talking about, you're passing this thing down. You're passing the torch down to the next group. Those kids will always be welcome around. I told them when they graduated from this last class to the class before, I'll refer to you as a champ. You're a state champ. And you're always welcome around these parts. But now it's time to pass the baton and like I said, put the old ring away, put it in the jewelry box, store it away, and time to go hunting.
Amen. All right, so first quarter covered our last year's performance in champions. It's the first year in NJSIAA history that we had a true state champion in football, and Millville was the state Group 4 champion for the 2022 season. That being said, we're going to move on to next year, but we're going to have a commercial timeout, and we'll be right back after these messages.
Allen Associates is a family-owned and operated full-service agency, managing a broad base of clients in the New Jersey area. Allen Associates has been a leader in health benefits and financial services including health, prescription, life insurance, pension, 401k plans, and estate planning. With more than 60 years of experience and a staff of highly trained and dedicated professionals, Allen Associates is noted for its ability to build strong, long-term relationships with our clients and the communities we serve. Give them a call today at 856-692-2250. Allen Associates, your complete health and financial services, Vineland, New Jersey.
Complete Care Health Network has some big news to share with you.
We're here opening more locations and offering more services every day,
including our newest locations on Pearl Street in Bridgeton and High Street in Millville.
We're here with convenient, high-quality, and accessible healthcare services all under one roof.
We're here just a call or an email away.
We're here to provide compassionate care for you and your family.
We're here and we're ready when you are.
Complete Care Health Network. Ready when you are.
Hey parents, there's something you should know. If you don't teach me about money, that's okay. I'll live off your nest egg for the rest of my life.
Feel confident talking to your kids about money.
You're gonna find me a real one, right?
Before it's too late. Get ready at td.com/kidsandmoney.
Hello, my name is Craig Atkinson, and I am president of the Millville Thunderbolt Club. The mission of the Thunderbolt Club is to enhance the athletic experience of Millville High School student athletes. We provide a myriad of services for these athletes, including end-of-year recognition banquets for all teams, stipends for teams and individual athletes, college scholarships of $35,000 per year, meals for special events, as well as hosting the Mike Trout Millville Thunderbolt Club Golf Tournament and the Millville Sports Hall of Fame. Please visit our website at millvillethunderboltclub.com for additional information.
Welcome back to Coach's Corner. I'm Tony Trongone, your host, along with our head coach, Humberto Ayala. And we also have 3 guests today. We'll stay with Coach Core, our defensive coordinator. And we also have our starting quarterback, Jacob Zamont, and our strong safety.
Sorry, middle linebacker.
Our middle linebacker, Asir Cornish. So welcome, guys. And we're going to talk a little bit about our players today. So I'll start off with Jacob. A little bit about last year. Give us some snapshots from your experience last year, from all the way from the first game at the Battle of the Beach until the state championship.
I mean, last year was great. I feel like I definitely progressed. Not only me, the whole offense. We progressed. We got a lot better as the season went on. The first game we went out and put 40 points up, like he said. But then we were feeling ourselves a little bit, and then we got a few losses. But I feel like us, I feel like those losses prepared us for the playoffs. I feel like us, playing good teams always get us ready for the playoffs when it really matters. So I feel like throughout the playoffs, we came together as an offense, we came together as a team, and we were able to to all buy in on what the goal was. And it was a great year. But like he said, I'm excited for this year.
What adjustments did you make? What did the team do to the offense do to progress?
I feel like just the chemistry, because it was my first year, with those guys, with the receivers and the O-line. So I feel like as the year went on, we were all able to trust each other a lot more, and they bought into me, and they were able to trust me a lot more. So I feel like just the chemistry as the season went on, increased a lot, and that allowed us, to play a lot better as the season went on. So.
Thank you, Jake. So we're going to go back and forth with these two guys, and then the coaches, you can interject when they're talking about things. But Asir, same thing for you. Your season last year.
Last year was good, but I'm just worried about this year. I'm just worried about this year. We made a lot of improvements on defense.
You did? Like what type of improvements?
A lot of gaps. Like everybody wasn't on the same page last year. It wasn't a good vibe. But this year, everybody on the same page.
Okay. Now let's talk about the summertime preparing for the season. What have you done this year to prepare for this year?
I've been putting in work day in and day out.
What work?
Weight room, speed training. We got a new speed trainer, Coach Lou.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Jake?
Yeah, same as well. We're in the weight room grinding, and like he said, our new wide receivers coach, Coach Lou, he's definitely got a lot of guys involved and helped us get our speed up. Like I was like a 4.9 40 guy, and now I'm like a 4.7. So him giving us a lot of like technique and workouts that do definitely helped us all get faster. So
yeah, we saw some really great gains in the weight room from our guys. Like when you look at our guys in comparison to some others, sometimes it's nothing to shot at them. I mean, we look different. Like we're in great shape physically, mentally, in every aspect, and that's because we put that time in and we understand the importance of the weight room and the benefits of it as well. So. Okay. And Coach Lou played a massive role in that because this is, one of his areas of expertise. So having him on board was a huge help.
Yeah, you also participated in 7-on-7.
Yeah.
How about you? You played too, us here. Anything you pick up from playing 7-on-7 in the summer?
I like hitting. I don't really care.
That's my guy.
How about you, Jay?
I mean, for me, it definitely just helped, the offense in the pass game. It helps me, be able to read coverages and stuff. Even though 7-on-7 is, different than actual football because, you have a line in your face. But as far as, reading...
linebackers don't take their true run reads and drop the coverage and everything like that, like Asir.
Yeah. No, but as far as, reading coverages and helping me, just stuff like that definitely helped as far as the pass game and stuff like that.
The mindset with the 7-on-7s was just to get in a competitive atmosphere right away in June. It's exposure for the kids because we were the only South Jersey team to go up to Teaneck to play in that 7-on-7 with you had St. Peter's Prep, you had Don Bosco, you had DePaul, you had some of the top tier teams in it. Everybody was welcomed up there, but I mean not everybody is sometimes willing to take that challenge on like we are. But as you see, the way we've been in the past, we'll compete with anybody, so we're not afraid of the competition. And we went to Maryland and competed there as well. And it was just a good time for the guys to get away, see those situations, and get that competitive vibe in them.
Anything that you learned from your teammates to playing 7-on-7, or just timing on offense?
For me, yeah, I feel like, it definitely works on, like I said, the coverages and to helping, seeing what routes and what plays work against, certain coverages. So I feel like, me and my receivers, we've been working throughout the all season, so we, maintain that chemistry. But, going against the actual defense and other teams definitely, help pick that up as far as, like you said, timing, routes, and stuff like that. So
I went and saw you in Voorhees on 7-on-7, and the ball was coming out of your hand much quicker and with more velocity.
Yeah, this year, yeah.
What have you done? What's different from last year to this year? Not that it was slow last year,
I got you.
but when I watched it, I'm like, wow, the ball is really popping out of his hand really quickly.
I mean, I feel like, just weightlifting, I feel like I got a lot stronger since last year. Like, last year I was around, 180, 185 pounds. Now I'm, 200. So I put on, a lot of weight and a lot of strength. So I feel like that's part of the main reason.
And we worked on a lot of mechanics. The idea was to get the
technique.
we worked on technique and a lot of footwork mechanics about getting the ball out faster. Because, with our speed on the outside with the receivers, we want to put the ball in their hands. And the quicker we get it in their hands, the better situation we're going to be in. So he understood that. And it's just, he's a gym rat. So just the constant development in every area and every aspect of the game is what brought him to that.
How about you, Asir, on defense? Anything you pick up? I know you say you don't like it because you can't hit. You didn't pick nothing up?
It helps us for sure I know Sierra likes to get his hands on people and get after it a little bit, but it definitely helps us kind of, figure out, behind him, what we're doing behind him, so that we can allow him to kind of play free and play fast in the box when we do get to 11-on-11. It allows, us coaches to kind of see, where we need to make our adjustments, where we're a little bit weaker, where we're a little bit stronger. Playing defense for us, we're built on speed, we're built on running around, we're built on, and it's no secret, everybody knows that. But it's really our job to kind of figure out, coaches, what do we have here, what do we not have here, and what's the best, coverages we're going to get to in third downs and situations. So it does help you. Listen, Kasir's not totally off here. A lot of these 7-on-7s, they're built for offense, all right? I love Jacob to death. He knows that. I know Coach Ayala likes to get on us about not doing our job sometimes, or doing too good of a job, should I say. But listen, they're built on offense. Listen, you go to these 7-on-7 things, those college coaches are there. They watch their receivers and watch the quarterbacks and watch their timing and see how they're going to get the ball. Obviously, if you can make a nice little break drive or, drop into a window somewhere nice, you might be able to catch,
It matters defensively, too, though, because these coaches, when you get to the college level, nobody's running wing T.
No.
It's all pass games. It's all spread. So, linebackers got to be able to move. I think I remember Rutgers' coach was down, and he said, he wants his linebackers between a 4.6, 4.7, 40, because you got to get out into those coverage areas fast enough to compete with those receivers and be in those moments. So, they're assessing everything. So it matters. So it makes a difference to see a kid being able to, have good footwork and move and open up different ways. So, every aspect.
Good. We'll go back to the kids now. Jacob, this is your senior year, right?
Yes, sir.
How the class has been this year? So, you have your classes. You're not school hasn't started yet, but
we just got our schedule today. So my classes are a little bit easy. I say this year because I'm a senior. I've pretty much got done all the classes that I needed to graduate. So I got culinary. I got accounting with one of our football coaches, actually, Coach Terry, and then I got psychology as well, and I got early release. And then for second semester, I have English 4, video 2, and then I got strength and conditioning with Coach Core. So.
Okay. Asir?
I actually picked up all advanced classes.
Oh, yeah? What type of advanced classes?
Like advanced statistics and advanced psychology.
All right. Good job. And then your senior year, right? So no time like the present to step up and do it. So colleges, any colleges, who's the interest? Where do you think you're going to be steered towards?
I have my 5 offers. I got Merrimack, Maine, Sacred Heart, Delaware State, and Rhode Island. So, those are the 5 big ones that I've been most interested. But like I said, I'm focused on the season right now. So I feel like I feel like it will take care of itself. As long as I play, how I'm supposed to play. I feel like mid-season or even at the end of the year, I'll make that decision. But for right now, I'm just focused on winning a state championship.
Good answer. How about you, Asir?
I have 1 offer so far, but I feel like that's going to change after the season.
I like this guy's attitude. Any parting shots for you as you look in the camera? Mom, Dad?
Come on, man. You got somebody to shout out there. The Bills out there watching.
My mom, my dad, yeah. My coaches, Coach Core, Coach Ayala, they believed in me my whole high school career. I wasn't always good. My freshman year, I wasn't that good.
But you put in the work. That's why. You definitely put in the work, bro.
Yeah.
Jake?
I like a shout out to my mom, my dad, for always being there for me. My brothers, those are my guys. I love them. my cousins, aunts, uncles, my girlfriend, everybody that supports me. I appreciate everybody. So thank you guys.
Awesome. Back this year.
Yeah, my sister actually played a big role in my life.
Yeah. Her name?
Shantasia.
Okay, give her a shout out.
Shout out Shantasia.
There you go. It'll be on TV. She'd like to hear her name. All right, so that's our second quarter, talking about our players and what's going on in their lives, and we're going to end the half with a commercial break, and we'll be back in the third quarter and talk about some new developments in Millville Athletics. We'll be right back after this commercial.
Hello, my name is Craig Atkinson, and I am president of the Millville Thunderbolt Club. The mission of the Thunderbolt Club is to enhance the athletic experience of Millville High School student athletes. We provide a myriad of services for these athletes, including end-of-year recognition banquets for all teams, stipends for teams and individual athletes, college scholarships of $35,000 per year, meals for special events, as well as hosting the Mike Trout Millville Thunderbolt Club Golf Tournament and the Millville Sports Hall of Fame. Please visit our website at millvillethunderboltclub.com for additional information.
At Mintz Insurance, we're proud to have been serving our customers for nearly 80 years, offering 30 different insurance products for your auto, home, and business. And to help ensure that you're getting the best rates possible, we give you up to 3 quotes for every policy, so you can choose what's right for you. At Mintz, we're part of the community, local representatives, supporting events, and proud of it. It's part of who we are. Mintz Insurance. Call today and find out how we can help you save on insurance, or visit us at mintzinsurance.com.
Allen Associates is a family-owned and operated full-service agency, managing a broad base of clients in the New Jersey area. Allen Associates has been a leader in health benefits and financial services, including health, prescription, life insurance, pension, 401k plans, and estate planning. With more than 60 years of experience and a staff of highly trained and dedicated professionals, Allen Associates is noted for its ability to build strong, long-term relationships with our clients and the communities we serve. Give them a call today at 856-692-2250. Allen Associates, your complete health and financial services, Vineland, New Jersey.
Welcome back to Coach's Corner. I'm Tony Trongone, your host, along with Coach Humberto Ayala, and we're having a lot of fun here. We have our starting quarterback, Jacob Zamont, our defensive coordinator, assistant coach, Coach Core, and our linebacker, Sear Cornish. And we're going to talk about the field, but I guess I got to let these guys talk about the field. I'll start with you, Coach. Do people out there know some of the changes we've made on our athletic field?
I mean, I just think based on the photos that have been presented or whatnot, they see the upgrades and everything. Listen, I mean, it's great. Kids deserved it. Everybody, you see multiple schools, getting turf fields. I mean, you could see it now. I mean, just looking at when we were on the field, or just looking at it the other day. I mean, it's just beautiful, everything that's coming along. We're very appreciative and thankful to the district and you for helping to push this along to give these kids what they deserve. I mean, for all sports, it's lined for every for all sports to be played on. So to have that opportunity to play in a nice facility, it means a lot. Because I mean, I think athletics play a big role in high school. I know they push education, but sometimes the athletics is what allows for kids to have that drive to come every day, So.
Yeah, I think as for the general public, I had an alumni or the Thunderbolt Club wanted to have a little walkthrough, and you look at social media, but the old coaches that were there, like Coach Hoover, Coach Cerace, Eddie Andrews, Coach Engling, there's others, but it's amazing how it connects to the community with those people because they spend time with them. That was their coach, And I was a math teacher, but I was a football coach. But and I want to make sure that our kids meet the standards and are good students, great students, but the kids I had a kid call me up today, and he was one of my football players and wrestlers. So, I mean, and that was 2001. So that was 22 years ago. But he had to call me up today about something, and I'm like, we have that connection. He wanted to know about it. So it's an emotional connection. How about you, Jake?
About the field?
Yeah.
You know, it's great to finally, have a turf field, because like I said, every away game we have, I feel like there's a lot of schools that have turf fields, and we're the only one with grass. And, like, as we continue to play on it, have, like, holes and stuff like that, and it'll just get, too, like, choppy during a game. So I feel like, us having this turf field is definitely going to benefit us, and, I'm excited to play on it because, it looks great. So
yeah, grass is the best surface to play on, but we don't have the budget like the Eagles do or a pro football team to turn over a field and keep it. And then also the play, because when you play on it, it gets beat up. And so we don't have the budget to keep it up. So we all know that grass, natural grass, is the best and keeping it up. But it costs, it's much more expensive. But right now, again, it was tested. It's so I didn't mean to plug in here though, but it has been tested. It's probably one of the best as far as safety. A lot went into safety with the turf. Yeah. Because you heard about slit film, and so it's a small percentage of that, but the weight of the carpet along with the infill is safest.
You can feel it when you walk on it, like and there's bounce to it too.
Soft, yeah.
Like it's like it's real soft.
If you notice, if you're in other turf fields. We didn't skimp on it. We wanted to make sure you guys had the best field.
You could tell the difference just from when we went to our game scrimmage over at Eastern. They have turfs in all their fields, and you could just feel the difference. This one's got a little bit of a bounce to it. You say even when we went to Kingsway, theirs is kind of pretty nice too. But even like we talked about before, for our kids, it's phenomenal for the city. The city deserves it. The kids deserve it. Our student athletes deserve it. And again, I know you talked about and you put the picture up for everybody at home to see. And Coach Ayala mentioned it. It's phenomenal for all the other athletes and other teams to be able to get their night out there. Get it. If they're going to play against Violent, if they're going to play, or like we like to say sometimes, the red team down the street. But if they're going to play another game versus another school, to be able to get out there and showcase, get under the lights. If it's going to be a night game or an evening game, or even if it's at 4 o'clock after the day. I know specifically certain sports are meant to be played on that, from your field hockeys to sometimes soccer's played a little faster. Listen, every game's played a little faster. And who we are as athletes, our students, from our girl athletes, our female athletes, our male athletes, we're built on speed. We run around, we fly around and make things happen. So really, it's not only beneficial from, like you talked about, with the older coaches being around. We talk about it here, passing the torch down. They're the foundation. They're a part of it. That's why they want to get out there. They want to check it out. They want to see what it's like. Brings back with the stadium being pushed back. It still keeps the nostalgia of Millville and the city of Millville and what it is and where it's located. It doesn't change. I know I'm not a Millville grad, but I played on that old grass field in that stadium. It hasn't changed. It's in the same area. And we talk about adding to another sport. With us was pushing it back and being able to add in a couple extra lanes of track. Now our track team in the spring gets to be able to reap the benefits and the success of everything. So it's just, again, we talked about it before, but it's not only for the city, it's for the community, it's for the school, it's for our student athletes, and it's for our town. You know what I mean? That's what it's built for.
And you guys went above and beyond, because it wasn't just like put the turf down. You did the track, you did ticket booths, you did groundwork.
Yep.
You guys went above and beyond with it. So I mean, it's awesome.
Yeah, it's not political. It really, this whole project has been in the works as far as people wanting to get it done for many years, 20 years. And that's when the old-timers come back and go, finally, we've been wanting this for 20 years now. So really it's the Board of Education and their support.
Yeah,
because, again, they're the ones that signed the check. I think there's other superintendents besides me and other athletic directors besides Lagamba, Mr. Coach Lagamba, to say we want it. But ultimately it's the board, and thank you. Again, because then it's my job and Coach and then Rich Davidson's job to make sure RBA to get it done. But I'm leaving one guy off the hook here, and it's a Sears. Playing on turf, having your home field. What do you think? What goes in your head about that?
I'm just happy to make history on it. Be one of the first to make history on it.
Good. Man, a few words, but, man, it counts. Also the lights, too. We got new lights.
Yeah, so
and it's like 5 times brighter
Well, that's huge too. I was talking about a little bit of the foundation part of it, but when we get the town and the city to come out on a Friday night, we want it to be a safe place, a good place to be. It makes it easier on security. It makes it easier on everybody in the building. It makes it easier for the visiting team going in and out. It makes it better for us coming in and out in the backside. We go out to the back to our to our memorial locker room, and you're kind of walking through a dark alley in a sense. Now I got my boys with me, so I'm going to feel good when I walk down that dark alley. But it's the same situation. And security, the checkpoints, the ticket booth, it all looks amazing. It makes it easier for everybody. It makes it more efficient. It makes it better. It makes it for a fun viewing experience that you want to come out on a Friday night and, bring your kids, bring your family, and support your city and support your friends and your teammates and your family.
Now, the icing on the cake, though, right? And I'm not trying to be greedy, but it's that indoor facility that should hopefully come.
That's the next mountain we got to climb. And the only thing that's changing is where it's going to be, because now nobody wants it on that site. They want it at the high school because of the getting kids. It's easier to get kids from the high school into a building.
I mean, it makes sense. I mean, listen, and it's great to have these facilities too, because it's a draw for kids. Listen, it's just what it is. Kids are going to be. They're going to want to go where the good facilities are. Think about when kids go on college visits. What do you think the one thing that they look at? The facilities. Yeah. The weight room, the indoor facility. It just plays heavy because it's like, oh, I could develop here. I can get better in this situation. Even look at our school now. We have, high-end equipment, for the teachers to use to teach better and to give the students everything they can. So, it plays a huge role. So to have everything come together like this in every aspect, it's great for the city.
Good, thanks. And and so the newspapers called me up and they said, so what do you think? Is this your greatest accomplishment as a superintendent? And I said, well, I didn't know what to say. And I said, there's plenty of accomplishments I've had, but none have been connected to the community emotionally, though. So that's why I think when you work and you guys are here, you didn't grow up here, you didn't grow up here, and then I didn't grow up here, but there's something about, and I call about your values and what's important, and then so I feel like we are, the three of us, we're connecting with the Millville community to do what they want us to do. Mm-hmm. We're doing what you ask. We're doing what you ask us to do. Mm-hmm. We're like agents to do that, and you want people who care, have passion, but again, there's an emotional connection. Because I'm a math guy, so put in a math curriculum. Yeah, it's cool, but it's not as cool as having that. You can go back almost 100 years now at Wheaton Field.
Yep. Yeah.
Right?
Yep.
And there's people who played on that field, and it means a lot to them. Yep. And that's who it's for. It's for that community. It's for, and most importantly, for the kids. And all we got to do now is, I'll put no pressure, because I know you guys put enough pressure on yourself, but, make it a positive experience for you guys.
Oh, for sure.
Well, now with them changing the state semifinal game to the higher
That's
seed,
huge, yeah.
we can, the idea is get that one seed, and every playoff game comes through Millville up until the state game that goes to Rutgers.
And that being said, I talked to Jacob about it, the play clock. I don't think any high school has a play clock. Mm-hmm. And I know last year it frustrated us. Some plays frustrated us. And I'm not trying to be antagonistic with the referees, but it just seemed like they were kind of taking a little longer for Mainland or Hamilton or whoever it was to hold on to the ball, because they knew that they hold on to the ball, they take the ball out of our hands. Mm-hmm. Yeah. And you say it's supposed to be 40 seconds, and it was if Rich Van Noor, the guy that does our games, he just blasted. He has a timer. It's like it's a minute. It goes instead of 40 seconds, like a minute. So when we put stuff together, it was almost silly when you talk to the engineer, like, what do you want? Well, I know we want a scoreboard, but we need a play clock. We've never had a high school ask for one. I'm like, our team needs one, because we want to make sure that we're going to play by the rules, and not saying the other teams don't, but let's, as Ronald Reagan said, I trust you, but cut the deck. So let's have that 40-second clock ready, and that's something Coach Lagama's going to have to work with the refereeing crews, because you have a ref up in the box that takes care of the time and all. There's got to be somebody on that 40-second clock, and then it's going to be both you can do it on the field wirelessly or up in the box.
That's awesome.
Okay.
So I think that's going to help, and it's going to help you, Jake, as far as clock management, getting everybody
100%,
together,
yeah.
and that tempo. And that's what spurred me to bring that up, because if those home playoff games are in our backyard, that's going to be to our advantage.
100%, yes, sir.
And so you're always looking for every advantage, by the rules.
Yep, absolutely. Any edge you can get, put you a step ahead.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So our first game will be at the stadium. Will be on September 29th. We're going to have a little bit of pomp and circumstance with a lot of the older folks that played on that field, our coaches, our current coaches, all of our Hall of Famers that want to come, and we want to recognize them. So we're going to have a little ceremony before the game, just to recognize them, say their name, and because really. And I will tell one more story. I know I'm supposed to be interviewing you guys, but when we started work on the field, I said to the one contractor, "Anything missing?" He says, "No, only the grass on the field." So when they put the fence around the place, somebody jumped over the fence to take the sod as a memento. And I said, "Well, you don't know how this is hallowed ground."
Yeah.
And he's looking at me. I'm like, "No, in Millville, this ground here is sacred."
A lot of
And
blood,
that's
sweat,
why
and tears went into that ground.
Yeah. So the joke was, we don't know who it was, but I heard the rumor was it was Coach Serace. But that's why the field means a lot to us, and that's why there could have been options to put it in other places, but it belongs, it belongs to the city where it's at.
Yeah.
So I think I talked enough. Usually I'm supposed to be interviewing, but it's an exciting part of being a Thunderbolt. So I'm going to take this final timeout, and we'll be right back after this next commercial.
Allen Associates is a family-owned and operated full-service agency, managing a broad base of clients in the New Jersey area. Allen Associates has been a leader in health benefits and financial services, including health, prescription, life insurance, pension, 401k plans, and estate planning. With more than 60 years of experience and a staff of highly trained and dedicated professionals, Allen Associates is noted for its ability to build strong, long-term relationships with our clients and the communities we serve. Give them a call today at 856-692-2250. Allen Associates, your complete health and financial services, Vineland, New Jersey.
Complete Care has some big news to share with you.
We're here opening more locations and offering more services every day,
including our newest locations on Pearl Street in Bridgeton and High Street in Millville.
We're here with convenient, high-quality, and accessible healthcare services all under one roof.
We're here just a call or email away.
We're here to provide compassionate care for you and your family.
We're here and we're ready when you are.
Complete Care Health Network, ready when you are.
Hey parents, there's something you should know. If you don't teach me about money, that's okay. I'll live off your nest egg for the rest of my life.
Feel confident talking to your kids about money
You're gonna find me a real one, right?
before it's too late. Get ready at td.com/kidsandmoney.
Hello, my name is Craig Atkinson, and I am president of the Millville Thunderbolt Club. The mission of the Thunderbolt Club is to enhance the athletic experience of Millville High School student athletes. We provide a myriad of services for these athletes, including end-of-year recognition banquets for all teams, stipends for teams and individual athletes, college scholarships of $35,000 per year, meals for special events, as well as hosting the Mike Trout Millville Thunderbolt Club Golf Tournament and the Millville Sports Hall of Fame. Please visit our website at millvillethunderboltclub.com for additional information.
Welcome back to the fourth quarter of Coach's Corner. I'm Tony Trongone, your host, along with our head coach, Humberto Ayala, with our defensive coordinator, Coach Core, our starting quarterback, Jacob Zamat, and our starting linebacker, Asir Cornish. And now we're going to turn our sights on to the upcoming game this week against Toms River North. I'm going to start with you, Coach. As far as preparation for the game?
I mean, prepping for a whole summer for, the first game of the season. So, but outside of that, we have our game plan. Watch plenty of film on them from them last year to up to this year. That they only had one scrimmage going into this game, so it wasn't really the first game of the season is always hard to kind of get a feel for a team because there's not much film on them, and you can go off of last year film, but it's a last year team. Different personnel, different players, move a little bit different. But we respect the team. They're a solid team, so we look forward to coming in and playing some tough football.
What were their accomplishments last year?
They were Group 5 state champs, so they're number 1 in the state. I said multiple times, we're number 2. Everybody wants to be number 1. So the idea is, this is rated as the top game in the state this weekend.
Game of the week.
The game of the week, yeah. For the state, because I know you have IMG and St. Joe's Prep, but for the state of New Jersey, in our hometown, our home state, this is the top game that's being played this weekend.
Okay, and then who'd they beat last year? Any significant wins last year they had?
They won. They beat PCTI in the state title. Edison had a good season. Yeah, Edison had a good season.
Kingsway, who we scrimmaged, I think they took them in the South Jersey final.
They went 14-0, so they're on a 14-game winning streak. Like I said, solid program. I know they still have a little. I think it's the same coaching staff from 2016 when they were highly rated, and Millville came in there and beat them for the sectional.
And I know they have a quarterback that likes to run the ball.
Yeah, absolutely. They have a phenomenal Division I athlete going to Stanford. Sounds like a student athlete, which I like to hear. But listen, not only there, they also have a couple big boys up in the trenches, a couple 6'8", 6'7" kids.
Tackles, right?
Yeah, absolutely. 6'8". One's listed at 6'8", 310. The other one's 6'7" kid. They're big, and you can see that on tape. That's where they do their damage. They go point of attack. They kind of lean on you, and that's why I keep this guy close to me at all times. But really, listen, they're well coached. They got a great coaching staff. They got phenomenal football players. But like Coach said, man, and I talked about it before. Don't matter what alley I walk down. Don't matter what team lines up across from us. We're not going to be scared of nobody. We're going to show up. We're going to play football, and we're going to leave our mark on the game when we leave that thing. At about 6:00 tomorrow night. About 24 hours.
Again, we don't want to give any bulletin board fodder, but as far as preparing for this team defensively, our defense is a swarming 30 stack. And so
yeah, absolutely. It's a we're a 30 stack team, and we run to the ball. We use our speed to really play. That's how we play football. That's the Millville way of football. You talk about styles make fights. This is picture perfect, right? You're getting a team who wants to put you in a phone booth and go to war and turn into a bloody knuckle match. And we have a team that is willing to do that. I've been up front with them since day one, throughout the beginning of through summer. Extra motivation to get after it, all the way into camp, and the kids have really bought into it, and what I'm selling and what I'm putting out there, and our coaches are doing a great job positionally to instill what we want from them. And listen, this is what you want. You're going, like Coach said, you're going to number 1 public school, which they rightfully deserve because they won Group 5. But you're coming for that number 1 spot. We won it. And it's as simple as that. But like I said, I will say that they're phenomenal, again, athletes. They have Division I athletes across the board, a couple, and they also have some Division I big guys. And like I said, we talk about styles make fight. There's a reason why it's the game of the week, because, you're getting number 1 versus number 2, and it's time to go out. And after, in less than 24 hours, we're going to find out if we're putting in the left column or the right column, I like to tell the kids. So that's what it is.
We're going to go back to the guy with many words. Nasir, what are you looking forward to this game?
Donut. 0 points.
Okay, you hear that? You heard that there. He wants a shutout. And again, he's a. I want to bring up that play from last year again against Hamilton.
Mainland.
It was that. What was the game at though? Cherokee.
Yeah, it was at Cherokee.
Yeah, that's Cherokee.
The Cherokee, and then the one really good running back went all the way, broke our alignment,
all the way down.
And all the way down. And Sear chased them down and saved the day for it. So when you say donut, you sound like a real serious cat. So it's not like you want to just be braggadocious. It's just that you're saying that's your goal right now, the donut, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay, Jacob.
The mindset is just to go out there and dominate. Like, we said, we've been preparing for this game, the whole off season. The whole team's been putting in a lot of work. And, like I said, we watch a lot of film. So, I'm excited to go out there, play OBG football and just, have fun at the same time. So.
What about you and Coach as far as changing things up on the line? Is it going to be much of a game where do they move things?
They're big, but we're big. We're big and we're fast. We're bigger than what we were last year in size, and that's where people don't realize. And even on our D line, they're going to see. Yeah, they got big boys, but we got big boys that can move. Mm-hmm. So it's gonna be a good battle. It's gonna be one of the ways you win games is winning in the trenches, and it's gonna be a battle of the trenches because you got two solid line plays both ways, offensively and defensively, and whoever can win that battle in the trenches, I think comes out the victor. So I think we have it. I know they have it. So it's gonna be a fight. It's gonna be a fight, and we're gonna see who comes out on top. They're a well-disciplined team. Offensively, we're going to take advantage of what they give us, and we're going to, do what we do. From an offensive standpoint, we have our scheme in play. We have our feels for what we can get off and take advantage of. But at the end of the day, you got to win that battle in the trenches. You need your offensive line to get that push. You need that defensive line to get that penetration. So, based on that, we'll see how it works.
Yeah, as Vince Lombardi said, you got to block. You got to run, you got to tackle, right? It's down to the fundamentals. Is what I'm hearing you say.
Yeah, I think that's the difference. I think at the end of the day, sometimes people, coaches have a tendency to overcomplicate things. I don't think we need to overcomplicate it. We have what we have, and we have our stuff in play, and the idea is just to, execute. We want to dominate, but we have to execute in every facet. There's 3 facets to the game, right? You got your offense, you got your defense, your special teams. You got to execute. You got to be perfect on offense because it's a game of inches. I was just telling him that the other day. One mistake can be the difference from, a first down, or now it's, 4th and you're punting, or a turnover. So, the idea is just to be as great as possible in every facet.
Awesome. So, George, if you could put up the 2 teams up and the time, so everybody can see that. I'm going to ask Coach. The game is what, Friday?
Yep. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
It's Friday. It's tomorrow.
Tomorrow.
It's
4 o'clock.
4 o'clock.
Yep.
At Ocean City. One thing I did notice, the weather. The weather might be.
No, we've been tracking it. It looks like it's going to be rain in the morning. I guess the one thing that you worry about, because by the time our game is, based on what I saw on the weather, it will be fine because it's like a 20% chance or whatnot. What you worry about is if there's any thunderstorms earlier in the day that cause games to be pushed back, which happened to us 2 years ago when we played Union.
I remember that.
And we were like sitting there.
Well, you're the first game?
No, we're like the third.
Oh, that day you're the third?
Yeah, so thankfully we're at 4, so it's not like it's a crazy pushback for us. So, we're in a nice time frame for that situation. So, 4 o'clock, buy your tickets online. It's game of the week, so everybody should be there watching it.
Yeah, get the tickets online. We'd like to see the Thunderbolt faithful down at Ocean City for the Battle of the Beach. I'll go right around. I'll end with you, Coach, but I'll start with Asir. Any parting words for anybody?
Be ready for OBG.
Okay, Coach Core.
No, come out and support us. We appreciate everything you can do for us.
Yeah, I was gonna say the same thing. Just come out, show your support, and like I said, we're excited to go out there and dominate tomorrow.
Just want to thank everybody for all the support we get. Thunderbolt Club is providing us with a team meal tomorrow before the game. We're thankful for that. Listen, everything they do for us, they helped us in the summer. We've had a team meal already in the summer, so we're thankful for them. We're thankful to the district and the board for the support that they give us on a consistent basis. Dave Lagamba for this constant support for football and all sports. So we're grateful to have that support, especially in the building with Jamie. Just to see an administration and a school district that values athletics, I think is awesome, and it shows based on the field and everything they do for us. So we're grateful, we appreciate it, and we're going to give you what you want, and that's a ride to another state championship.
Yes, right.
But week one's first.
Well, it's good. Hey, do your best, have fun.
Yes, sir. Appreciate
it. And then when you do that, you'll be taking that ride down at the end of the year down High Street. So that being said, this is Tony Trongone with Coach Humberto Ayala in Coach's Corner. You heard it right from the horse's mouth, or right from the Thunderbolts' mouth. A game tomorrow, Friday, 4 o'clock, Ocean City. And as always, go Bolts. Good.
This has been a QBC television production, in association with our partners and sponsors. QBC broadcasts on Comcast Cable Channel 22, and live streams its programming on Facebook and YouTube. All rights reserved by Quinn Media and QBC, programming that serves the South Jersey market.